Everyone, my name is Risha. Today is the 20th of January 2024 and I'm going to be making my weekly prediction for SPY. As usual, we'll go over the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts and then switch over to the option chain, the Excel sheet where we can review this week's prediction in more detail and go over the option chain as well. So let's immediately start with the monthly charts. And before I say anything, it's important to make the disclaimer that all information here is completely educational, and therefore it's important to conduct your own analysis before entering a position in the market, and do not only rely on the information in the video before entering a position. So with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Monthly charts, we can immediately say that the past 2 months have been extremely bullish, and it's just broken almost every single resistance we've had so far. We can see this, by the way, since it's broken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just this week it's broken the 6th and most long-standing resistance, since it is pretty much the all-time high for SPY. Very important resistance that has been broken this week. Naturally, this is an extremely bullish signal for the market, since the fact that bulls have this much power means that SPY is definitely likely to rise the week, and more importantly, probably going to last definitely this whole month. Now, we can see this in more detail if we switch over to the weekly charts, but before doing so, it's important to point out that the RSI is now definitely tilting upwards along with its average, which is definitely confirming this movement that we're starting to see. Now, weekly charts show us a similar thing, where we can see that there's this upward wedge pattern that we're in right now for sure, but the market is still going up, and it has broken this resistance of 480.06. However, one thing to note here is that the volume is pretty normal. It's not really on high volume, but as long as the volume rises in the next few candles, then this breakout should still be valid. If not, then this will obviously be monitored as well. If the volume isn't high on the breakout, then it shows that it was a weak break. It was a false breakout. So we will be making sure that this is monitored throughout the week, and therefore this prediction obviously will be covered more on the channel, since if there is weak volume, then it's very difficult to make a trade and be sure of where the market is going. But as of now, technically for sure, the market has broken a very strong resistance, and therefore it's a very bullish signal. RSI is very close to the overbought section, and so is its average. So that is something to note. If it does go into the overbought section, then there is a good chance the market just rallies back downwards. Daily charts, we can see this in a little bit more detail. We can see that there have been pretty much opening gaps throughout the week, and then there's this resistance here was broken on the last day on the highest volume in the week, which is obviously was what I was talking about in the weekly charts. So if this is the case, then obviously it is a good sign. So as long as the volume increases after the breakout and on a high breakout, this is again a very good signal for the market. And also we can see that the RSI has crossed its average from below. Again, a very good bullish signal. So far, we've just had bullish signals from the technical charts. Now, there is something important to note here. When we go over the option chain, we'll see that I'll cover it when we get there. So obviously, currently, this is actually wrong. This has to be changed to a buy, because right now the market is showing just bullish signals. We buy as soon as the market opens next week. Don't worry about this. This is wrong. With a target of 1% trailing stop loss, if the target or stop loss isn't hit, then we'd close on Friday. Max OI for the weekly expiry is 475 for CE at 12,005 and 460 for PE at 15,411. And the PCR now we can see is 3. So this is beyond overbought. So this is what I was mentioning earlier. Whenever these positions now start to close, it will actually cause a very strong bearish rally. So we do have to keep that in mind. So obviously this week the market should be pretty bullish, because considering the fact that the breakout has just started. And obviously if the volume isn't high at all in the next few days, then this will be changed, and I will cover this on the channel, of course. So I am being a little bit cautious this week, although technically the prediction is that the market should go upwards. This is something to keep in mind, that the volume needs to be monitored to ensure that this breakout is actually valid. Monthly expiry, we can see the max OI for CE is 495, which has gone up from 480 as we can see last week here. Again, that's bullish. 89,888, 450 for PE, same thing. It has gone up, again, bullish on 86,094. Monthly PCRs, again, 2.47, extremely high and overbought. Weekly trend is up, monthly trend is up. That's okay, but obviously we'll be monitoring the volume here on the daily and the weekly charts. So if the volume doesn't compare to the size of the breakout, then this will be taken with a grain of salt. But as of now, this concludes my video for my prediction for SPY for the week ending the 26th of January 2024. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.